I've said this before and I'm still going to say it again. You need money to go into export business. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Export with Osas, and today we are going to be talking about 8 reasons why you need money to go into export business. You know, there have been a myth that you don't need money to go into export business. That's why a lot of people have been struggling. They have done all their possible best to go into the business, and at the end they're frustrated. I was there when I started initially. I actually struggled getting buyers. At a point I thought it wasn't working or something. Unknown to me that there are a lot of things I need to put in place. There are a lot of things I need to do that these people didn't tell me. I spent thousands of naira registering for one training or the other. When you go for this training, they charge you a lot of money, telling you you don't need money to go into export business. That what you just need is for you to just have that knowledge. But one thing I would let people know is 2 days training cannot actually give you what you want in the export business. I've been there. So everybody have their own risk that they will go through and all that, or I don't know how to put it, but export business is not a business that you just have it as an idea and you just run with it and think the idea can actually give you what you want. It's beyond that. They just want people to just come into the business and be frustrated. Most of the people that train people for this export, my findings are people that are not even doing the export business. Maybe they are frustrated for looking for clients and buyers, so they didn't get any. So what they intend doing is, okay, let me just train people on this idea I have. So if you see someone that trains you very well in export, hold that person. That is a mentor. Like, what you need in export is more of mentorship. I would say this, that export business is like an apprentice going to learn maybe skills or something. In learning that skills, you get your freedom and know that then you understand what that skill is about. It's not something you just jump into and start doing. It's beyond that. So there are so many reasons why you need money to go into this business. And number one is when you want to source for product. I call it product sourcing. So product sourcing is my number one on the list. Why do you need money for product sourcing? Now, number one reason why you need money for product sourcing is the goods are seasonal. These goods are seasonal, and you don't tend to flop when it's at the season. Now, there's what being now we are in a shea butter season. So if you need shea butter, you can actually send me a message on my Instagram at Export with Osas. Now, what do you big players do in this export business? What they do is, during the season, they buy this commodity and stock this commodity. So when it's off season, they can actually sell in a favorable price. Now, in terms of when is season of ginger, people will buy ginger. I don't know the price, but I just want to use it as an example to say someone can buy ginger for 50,000 naira per tons, and when it's off season, sell it for 300,000. It's not only ginger, it's all commodity. So when the season is off, the reason why the season is off is the rainy season, people cannot dry that ginger and all that, so people tend to store their ginger buy it at that prime time and store the ginger and to sell when it's off season. Now, you're coming into the export business. You don't have money. How can you source for this product and store? Because these products, when you store them at a particular time, that's when you raise your profit. Big companies do that all over the world. So that's when you raise your profit. Now imagine if you bought it for 50,000 naira during the season, you can sell it for 60,000 naira off season. So by then the demand will be higher. That's one reason why you need money to source for product sourcing. Another reason why you need money for product sourcing is price can change. The other day I went to get cassava, and the price I was getting cassava before was about 250,000 naira. But getting to the bush, I heard that the price have changed. So, price can change. You can't go back and meet your client and tell that client that after signing this contract, the price has changed. I can no longer do this business with you. Even if the client understand the first time, the second time you go back, the client might have said, okay, let's cancel the contract. Because once you ask this client that, okay, let's sign this contract and it's done, yes, there's a place where you can readjust the price, but it shouldn't be something obvious that as if you are increasing the price regularly. So you will have to go to the bush immediately and source for the commodity. Then if you are a processor, you start processing. Then if you want to export, you start doing that immediately, because price can change. Imagine you come today to ask for price for a commodity and you come back the next day, the price will not be the same. So let's debunk that idea of we can actually do export without money. You need money to source for the product. Another thing again, you need money. Why you need money? Number 2 reason why you need money to go into export is you need to do logistic. You need to do the shipping. Now let's say even if it's a client that is paying for the shipment, let's say CIF, which is cost, freight and insurance. When it gets to the client destination, the client will pay. Fair enough, but you need money to pay for the FOB. You need money to transport the goods to Apapa or to the airport if need be. You need money to sort out the logistic needs for this export business. So it's not something that you just feel, oh, I just need to go and look for buyers and all that. Buyer is the last thing to me that you should actually look for. The first thing is ensure that your finance is settled. Ensure that the goods is readily available. Not that you know where the goods is and you want to go and look for buyers. If you don't know where the goods is and you want to go and look for buyers, it's a little bit tricky. The seller can actually change his price and want to deal with the buyers by themselves or directly. So logistics play a long way. You have to send this product to the client and all that. So you need money to send this product to the clients. You need money to transport this commodity. So that is the aspect of the logistic. The number 3 thing why you need money. Number 3 things why you need money for export is that even if you're an export broker and you want to be in the middle of, what I mean by export broker, be in the middle of the client and the seller, then be in the middle of the client and the seller, and you want to look for clients yourself, you still need money to look for clients. That's where marketing and advertising comes in, which is in number 3. So that's number 3 reason why you need money. Number 3 reason why you need money for export is marketing. Number 3 reason why you need money for export is marketing and advertising. You need to advertise this product. You need to look for buyers. You need to let these people know that you have this product readily available. So if the product isn't readily available and the buyer is not seeing it, that is readily available, no buyer will want to commit. So you need money to do that advert to that targeted country that you want to target for your buyers to come through. You need money to register for any B2B website. You need money. Even if you go to any B2B website, they'll tell you that you should pay some certain amount for them to put you among their premium list where a buyer can get to you directly. It's money. And those money is not easy to come by. They are not cheap money. If you want to compare the money that those B2B websites will charge you, minimum they can charge you is $200. And if you convert it to Naira, because I'm talking from Nigeria, if you convert it to Naira, that is about 200 and something thousand Naira. So imagine you that doesn't have a startup capital, it doesn't have any money, and you say you want to go into export. How can you even look for those clients? How can you look for those clients? How can you get those clients to even commit? And don't mind you, most of these clients might not even commit. You still need to spend more money to look for them through referral and all that. So money is essential when it comes to export, because you need money even if you are not buying the commodity, even if you are not storing the commodity. Maybe you have a trusted seller, then you still need money for a good marketing and advertising. That's one thing that you should also think at the back of your mind, that a lot of people will tell you, you don't need money for export. You don't need money for export. Ask them if you need money for advertising. This client I'm going to look for, am I not going to spend money for advertising? The least you can even spend to look for a client is 50,000 Naira. I'm speaking from Nigeria. The least you can spend is 50,000 Naira to get that client, and following up on that client, you even need data to reply emails and all that. So you need money to go into export. Another reason why you need money to go into export is you need money for legal and regulation free. So another reason why you need money to go into export again, which brings me to number 4, reason why you need money to go into export is another reason why you need money to go into export, which brings me to number 4 on the list, is you need money for legal and regulatory fee. Now, export is not a backyard business that you can just say, I want to export. I've heard people tell you that you don't need license, you don't need export company, you don't need this. My dear, if you want to do export, you need all that. You need to set up your company. You need to know that this is a business that you're going into. It's not something that you want to do backyard business and all that. If you are caught, there are fines that you will pay. If you are doing it backyard or anything, I wonder how they do it. So you need money for regulatory fee. You need money to get your company registered. And when I'm talking about company registration, I'm talking about business name. I'm talking about getting the registration of a limited liability company. I'm going to be putting a video out there on what you need to start an export company. So if you have come this far, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please share so that more people will have this awareness of what they need to do export. So having this knowledge will make you understand that you don't need to be putting your money in different places thinking that it will work. Export needs money. So if you want to get You need to get your limited liability company in check. You need to get your export license and other documentation needed for exportations. So you need money. You need money. In export, you need money. So another reason why you need money for export is traveling and market research. So people pay market researchers for them to research on which country they can export, to see which country can buy their commodity and all that, because you don't just go into the business you don't understand. So people pay for them to know how this business is done in Europe, in US, in Canada, in UK, any country all over the world. It's not something that they just say, okay, let me just go into and all that. If you want to go into export big time, you want to be exporting in containers and all that, my dear, you need to do your survey. You need to do your market research. If possible, you have to travel to that country to know how it's been done. Traveling to that country make you understand the pattern at which the regulatory pattern, the pattern at which they export this business. The pattern at which the import business is done in that country. Now, take for example, US regulation is different from that of UK, Canada, and Europe regulation. Now, to my best, I will advise travel if you can travel. Send representative if you can to the export destination you want to, so that you will get this clear understanding of what you are doing. The other thing about traveling and market research again is that when you want to source for this commodity, you still need to travel. Now, let's say you want to go into dry split ginger. You have to travel to Kaduna to source for this commodity. Before sourcing, go and do research. The availability of this commodity, how it's been produced, how it's been processed. Is it going to favor you? Is it something that people will want to buy immediately? Get farmers, even if it's a middleman, get them in check, so that when you want to talk to them about the client, or when the client is available, you know what and what to do. You can't sit down at home and be expecting that you will be doing the business from home. Okay, I'll check GG, or I'll check online, or I'll check any website to look for sellers of this commodity, then reply the client. No, it's not done in export. You have to travel to the bush. You have to travel, make inquiries, do your market research. So if you want to travel to places like Kaduna, or places like Benue, or places wherever the commodity is in excess. So you have to do your research and travel there to know how you can go about this commodity. So market research and traveling is very important. Then another thing again that you need an export license. Another reason why you need money for export is, that brings me to my number 6, is product testing and certifications. Now, when it comes to product testing and certifications, it's very important when it comes to export business. Export business is not something that we carry these goods and send overseas to the client for the client to test, and this goods is good. My dear, you see places like Canada, you see places like US, places like Europe, places like UK, Turkey. Every country have their own regulations. You can't just bundle a product and take there when the test has not been done on that product to see if the product meets the requirements to the country that you're taking it to. That's one. Two is they want to know this product that you're bringing to this country, how is it like? Is it what we really want? Sometimes we ask you, what's the SGS of this commodity? Some might pay for you to take the commodity, some might not even pay. And to even do an SGS testing is quite expensive, minimum of, let's say, 70,000 naira. Let me stop you there. Maybe you'll be thinking that it's just 70,000 naira. You have to buy the product for testing. Or now you are doing a container to a country that you want SGS to do. They might come and pick from that country. You're going to pay for that logistics, whatever that container is. All the processing and all that, you are going to go through it. It's not something that you just say, I have this commodity and let me send it to a client overseas. Not done anywhere. It's not done. Even if this is done in your country, it's not done. No client will want to purchase a commodity from you if you don't have the right certificate to export to their country, because the health of the individuals in their country matters to them. So there's a lot of certificates you can have, like that of US FDA is important. The COCA certificate is important. These certifications make you stand out in the export market. But when a company sees that you have all the certification, food handling certificate, if you are a processing company, all these certificates in line, they will want to do business with you. But if you don't have the certificate at hand, nobody will like to do business, export business with you, because they feel they don't trust you. So all those ones that they come by themselves to buy this commodity, most of them come and test it. They are coming by themselves to this country to buy this commodity. It's different from when you are looking for a client. Just like when you want to purchase something, when you are ready and you want to force someone to purchase that thing, it's different because this person in question doesn't need it. He might need it, but he feels you're the one that came in. So, like I said before, some clients might pay for you to test that product if they really need it. Why some they won't? So if in a place where a client cannot pay for you to test that product, what will you do? Another way again, a client can say, okay, send me this commodity, a sample product. They will take to the lab by themselves to test this commodity. So that's it. Then the number 7 reason why you need money in export business is you want to package this product and label this product to the country standard that you are exporting it to. The way at which Europe will receive a commodity is different from the way at which US will receive a commodity. They want them neatly packaged according to the country's rules and regulations. So to my best bet, study this country's rules and regulations before going into exporting that commodity that you want to. So you need money to export this business. Another reason again why you need money to export this business is working capital. Let's say a client demands for a product and it says CIF, and that is to say you are the one in charge of, it's an eco term though, and you are the one in charge of paying for the cost of the shipment, paying for the insurance, and paying for the freight until you get to the client destination before the client will actually give you your money. Your work settings need to still be in operation. You still need to have some money standby to pay your staff, to pay yourself, to take off things before the money comes back. Mind you, sometimes the goods can get to a client 2 months, minimum 40 days or 35 days shipment. So what will you be doing? How will you survive before that goods get to the client? Is what you should look out for. So I don't want anybody to struggle in this export business, because I did struggle. We did struggle before we eventually knew the truth. I don't want what people want a situation where you will just labor to know the truth yourself, which is not ideal. So these are the 8 reasons why you need money for export business. So if you like this video so far, if you have been watching this video so far, thank you for subscribing. Yes, I know you will subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. And if you want me to answer any questions for you, you can comment below so I can create a video for it. So thank you for watching this video so far, and I'll be creating more content on export, debunking the idea of you don't need money and all that, so that you know what to do, how to plan yourself to do export business. Thank you.